Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
How's it?
Always lovely to see you as I adjust my height in my vehicle. My head's sitting on top. How are you? It feels like it's been so long since we had 1 million cups because we had 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks like we
Yeah,
normally do.
that's right. I'm excited. I mean, I think we've got some cool stuff ahead. A really great founder today, and I just refilled coffee.
She just got more coffee. I have a huge coffee. It looks even bigger. It doesn't feel this big in person, but when I
It looks like you have a problem. It looks like a situation. It does. It looks like a caffeine situation.
I mean, I'm not going to deny that. I will say though, I probably shouldn't put this logo on here. I feel really cool because it's like matte black and spiky, and I feel like this is what all of the cool the young
They
Instagram
do.
influencers drink
I've
out of.
seen
So
it. It feels like that cup is probably $40 though. It feels like it's overpriced. I'm just assuming.
it was a gift, so
Oh, okay.
so I have no idea, but
Okay.
it was probably, Starbucks. Oh, man, I said it. I took the logo off and I said, anyways, this is how our morning's going to go here.
I know.
Cups.
I'll probably get one though while I'm talking about it. I'll probably get one. I love that. It's traveling too. So it's also a sign of like things are happening. We're traveling on the go. Things are opening, that kind of thing.
What would you need to travel with coffee for that's coming up? Is there anything that you're going to be doing that may require you to travel with coffee that you would need a travel cup for?
Anything that I'm traveling to?
Oh my gosh, you're going to Houston in literally 2 days.
Okay,
I'm
you know
trying
what?
to give Jasmine a smooth intro to talk about some cool stuff she's doing this Friday, and this is what I get.
Well, okay, I have my 1 million cups hat on, so I'm like Dallas startup vibes. But yes, I'm taking a fun trip to Houston to support some women-owned businesses there this weekend. So I'm excited. As the weather gets hot, it's supposed to be really hot this weekend in Houston.
Great. Hot and humid. That's what I think of when I think of Houston. Well, hopefully you'll share that with us when you get back.
Oh yeah, I'll actually be on social media. I'll try to do some posting and stuff. So.
Okay. Gonna do some live stream. Check out Jasmine's
I don't know about
media.
that.
Are you doing it on your social media or on her Texas social media?
I'll be posting on mine. I do have a little bit of help on the Her Texas channel, so she will be posting with me, and her stuff will be much cooler than mine. So my intern.
Yeah, I need an intern to make me look cool on social media. I did a reel on Instagram yesterday. I've done a handful of reels, and I feel like I'm getting pretty good at it.
Ooh, let me go look first, Jackson, before we say that. Before you make that bold statement, let me go check it out because the reels are. I've seen the reels. I'm on the fence with everyone's reels because some are borderline cheesy. I'm not gonna lie.
There's no dancing involved, but there's like sound involved. There's music, voiceover stuff.
Thank God the dancing. It's the dancing that's getting me. I just not all of us are meant to be dancing on social media.
Yeah, I'm not meant to be a dancer.
Me too.
I'm shocked that Gen Z is just an entire generation of dancers. They just like came out ready to dance like professionals.
I know. I love it. I love it though. I love watching it though too. We should probably introduce ourselves, Jessica.
This is basically like The View, but Dallas focused. We just talk about whatever comes up.
The View, okay.
Just kidding. Is that I don't watch The View. I don't watch any morning shows, so whatever a good one is, pick that one. Is The View Okay, I'm not gonna go down that road. Hi. I'm Jessica Vittorio. I am, along with Jasmine, one of the co-organizers for 1 Million Cups Dallas, and I'm super excited to be here. I want to give a little bit of background on 1 Million Cups, since that is why we're here. And 1 Million Cups is an educational initiative of the Kauffman Foundation, which is cool because it means every week when you join us at 9 a.m. on Wednesdays, you are not only supporting local entrepreneurship, but you're participating in a bigger conversation about entrepreneurship throughout the United States. There are over 400 1 Million Cups chapters around the U.S., and we are lucky to have, I think, 5, maybe 6 now in the DFW area alone. So we are a 1 Million Cups heavy region. We are excited to be here with you, and we fulfill our educational component through really two facets of our programming. One, we haven't been able to do in so long, but we are super duper excited to bring that back starting with our next meeting. And we'll talk about that more after our presentations this morning. And that is our in-person networking. That's an opportunity for y'all to build community with each other as the 1 Million Cups team and Dallas startup community. And it's also an opportunity for you to find resources that you may need in the community, make connections, and be able to help other people that may be looking for what you have to provide or what you help with. And then we also do presentations. Presentations are an opportunity for you to get educated on cool stuff that's happening in the DFW startup community, and resources that may be available, cool events that might be coming up, and really just keep up to date with what people are doing in DFW. DFW is such a large startup community.
Yeah.
If you just moved here or you just got into the entrepreneurial scene or the entrepreneurial community, then you will find out really quickly there's a lot of stuff going on, and it is very difficult. Even, Jasmine and I, as people that have been in the startup community for longer than I would like to think of now, it's still difficult to keep up with everything that's going on. So I love the opportunity to come and hear from community members a couple times a month and just learn about what people are doing, because you would be amazed at honestly what's happening in our own backyard. So I'll let Jasmine talk a little bit about the structure of our program, how we do things here at 1 Million Cups Dallas, and I will hush and drink my coffee.
No, I think that was a great intro to it. I think, we're excited to be coming back in person, as Jessica shared. And we'll share a little bit more about that after our awesome founder this morning. But it's really honestly a way for you to build community, but also for founders to feel supported too. To Jessica's point, we do have a huge startup community here. And because of just geography, it's really hard to stay connected about what's happening. And so one of the things that 1 Million Cups has done over the years has really kind of been a nucleus of what's happening, who to connect with. And so, of course, with all businesses, all founders know this firsthand that, the quarantine, the pandemic, and we're still kind of dealing with the two, has affected all of us, even community programs like 1 Million Cups too. So we've definitely tried to keep things going virtually, but we also know too, that's not the same always as in person. But I do think as we start kind of moving forward, we're all trying to navigate what's next, and it could be the hybrid approach. As we know, everyone can't always meet in person, but there's just something about meeting people, founders, seeing community in person, having some coffee together, sharing a really fatty, greasy donut, which I can't wait to do. I'm counting down to it, but it's an opportunity for a founder to have a chance to connect with us all, share what they're working on. We also, what's really cool is have a lot of founders come back after their first presentation, kind of tell us what's new. They've made some tweaks. They've either raised some funds or they've brought on new team members. They've got new product innovation. So it's definitely something that it's a community for sure for founders. But if you're not a founder, but you're still curious about innovation and want to stay plugged in, 1 Million Cups is perfect for that. We are on all the social channels, so we'll definitely invite you to connect that way. We'll definitely be getting a little bit more active, I think, as we get closer to Dallas Startup Week, which will be here in a couple of weeks. So I'm excited about that.
Oh, super excited. And equally as excited for our presenter today. I'm really interested to hear his presentation and all the cool things his company is doing. So if you're ready and you're
I'll go ahead and bring him on.
Bring up our founder.
Hey, can we call you Dr. Tony or Dr. Scallion? I'm wondering which one it is.
Dr. Scallion.
Okay, that sounds better.
Jasmine's she's over here. She's trying to get familiar with people. It's too early, Jasmine.
Dr. Scallion.
It is too early. It is.
Yeah. Oh, let me adjust this. Okay.
Okay. How are you this morning?
Great. How are you guys doing?
Great. We're excited to hear your presentation and learn a little bit more about your company. And a quick little 15-second spiel, though. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and your company before we get started?
Sure. I'm Dr. Scallion, CEO of REDHOUSE Virtual Education. We are a Frisco-based XR MR platform solution provider for Microsoft in education. So REDHOUSE develops software for enterprise customers Right now, we're developing for the first Olympic skateboard team for 2020 Olympics right now. So they're using our XR platform.
Wow, that's
the
awesome.
skateboard team. That
Yes.
officially makes you like really cool.
That's what I was gonna say to the Dr. Scallion. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We're the cool guys now.
There you go.
Yes, now.
We're gonna tag Tony Hawk in this. I follow him on Instagram.
There you go.
Yeah, he's
my only skateboard reference to Jessica. We gotta go way back. So
Yeah.
Dr. Scallion, if you want to share your presentation with us, we'll go ahead and get it on the screen for you. I don't know any and then the redhead guy, Flying Tomato. That was the other one I knew.
Sean?
Yes, Flying Tomato.
Something? Okay.
Sean.
Well, while we're backstage, we're gonna brush up on our skateboard references so that we are ready to go by the time we reemerge.
We have a new outlook on skaters once with them. Yeah.
Okay, let me go ahead and add your presentation, and I'm gonna go ahead and start to remove us from the screen, Dr. Scallion, and then just let us know at the end whenever you're finished, and we'll come back on and have a chat.
Sure.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Dr. Tony Scallion, CEO of REDHOUS Virtual Education. And today I'm presenting our hybrid XR learning experience, which is called Schools. Schools is a hybrid platform that for teachers and instructors who need remote classroom spaces, just as great as face-to-face. So our Cloud XR solution is a new operating system for education and the new exciting high-tech learning experience that works diagnostically. It's a cost-effective experience that works throughout all devices, whether it's Oculus, HoloLens, and you can bring in large 3D models to work with your students and instruct anywhere. We always ask the question, why XR? We worked with Stanford University, and according to their standards, it raises the learning over 76%. We worked with a number of different schools here locally in the first year that we started developing our XR solution, and it just drastically raised their scores in medical. What we're doing right now is throughout the COVID pandemic, creating a sudden widespread challenge for education institutions that remains permanent in our landscape. So this is what we're trying to overcome, the challenge of remote learning anywhere. And XR rapidly increases the portion of education are going through remote learning anywhere, and they require some type of learning. What we look at is the labor force coming in 2025. 52% people in the labor force are affected. 61% of those companies are redesigning the way they train. 87% of Gen Zs, even in the DFW area, want to be trained from remotely in a cost-effective way. And 42% of the core skills required have redesigned how they learn for the next 2 years. The global market for mixed reality and education is right now in 2019, when we started this, it was $299 million. The market in 2021 is $342 billion. And in 2021 for education, $342 billion. And globally, it's $809 million. How we look at our platform, it's a recruiting, a training, empowering, and transferring and managing platform. So this way you have a global work cycle across your network. So recruiting, training, and empowering, and transferring and managing. These numbers are drastically raised when it comes to the dollar number of, in 2023, over $80 billion is going to be put into these areas of opportunities, areas of life cycle. So that's how we look at how we can draw capital to to our platform. The way education is done now, it's siloed. It's just the learning management systems is a part of the traditional learning. Through XR and our platform, you're able to bring in 360 video, you're able to bring in big content, and you're able to interact and share anywhere in the world. So your market goes larger when it comes to sharing data of your company through our XR platform. So our evolution has been in 2018. We presented a content management system, and it's now in the Microsoft Marketplace. We came with Microsoft for Startup, and that was our content licensing solution. We turned it into an enterprise solution for subscriptions. This year, we're creating our XR. We've created our XR platform that's now being used by the U.S. Olympic team and being used by a number of different NASA institutions, along with a number of different schools throughout the United States right now, as we just launched it. We're developing different API solutions already that's going to build and drastically grow our platform so we can share it with a number of different institutions. Skills-based workforce is where we look at how it drives our force. So we'll be looking at bringing on other content to optimize our platform and grow it rapidly. So these are different solutions that we're bringing on our ecosystem. So you'll see that we're bringing in third-party developers. We've started working with a number of different people in Microsoft, different solutions in Microsoft that are third-party, and our partners in Microsoft are starting to add different content as we work on our new platform called Performance, where we'll be working with different NFL, U.S. Olympics, U.S. track and field, U.S. therapy, all of those type of professional athlete programs we'll be working with and designing an interactive platform. Also, we're building smart city data for a number of cities where they can actually visually see their cities. So these are our new solutions that we're actually bringing on this coming year. The differentiator between our platform is that it processes the content and it distributes the content at a large scale. So it's already scalable, and then our platform can grow throughout an ecosystem. My team is me, Dr. Tony Scallion. I'm the CEO. Marquez White is my partner. He's our CTO. We have Dean Jones, which is our advisor, Usama Raja, which is education advisor, Stephen Roth, which has been our financial advisor, and Felicia Scallion, which has been our global economy advisor. So last year, we touched over 5,300 users. We had 10 plus opportunities for licensing. We raised capital over 350,000, and just our C-suite alone has over 50 years of experience. What REDHOUSE is doing is looking at raising a $5 million raise here in this next year. So we're doing great, and our market share is growing fast. That is REDHOUSE.
Good job. Thanks so much for sharing that with us. I know Jasmine is coming back on the screen. So I know you talked a little bit about, actually, before I get there, I'm going to start with the same question we ask all of our presenters, and that is, what can we as a community do for you?
Well, come to our platform, join our platform, join our community. REDHOUSE is launching our new schools platform, which we're looking at capturing over 50,000 users this year. So we're excited about that. Like I said, it's already global. So before we can even hit the button and say it was launched, the U.S. Olympic skateboard team picked it up and said they needed it because of the restrictions they have over in China or Tokyo. So we were excited about that. And we have a number of different opportunities with historical Black colleges that have already purchased it from us because of their restrictions. The new variant is really scary to a lot of people. So this puts us in a very particular situation where we can support a lot of different opportunities, whether it's education, training, professional organizations, enterprise. So we're excited about that.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, I know you talked at the end about some different partnerships that you're going to be onboarding that are going to be available in your ecosystem.
Yes.
How would you say you're building out those partnerships? What's kind of your vision for what the ecosystem looks like from a user standpoint perspective? If I'm going in as a user, what can I expect to see and how can I expect to see that ecosystem kind of develop over time?
Well, the development of our ecosystem over time. So we focused, one of our biggest focus is one of our first clients that came to us, which was Xavier University, about a medical platform for their consortium of schools. So we focused on medical first. So the medical body, and medical learning has always been 2D. And now you could actually see the full body in 3D, use the heart, just the mobility of being able to share and bring in other students nationwide is where they were looking. So we've done that. We've also talked to NASA about how students can share research with HBCUs can share research with the NASA astronauts. So we built a Mars rover that's fully scaled out. You could interact with it. So that's how we built it. And we built simulations, and that's what's special about Red House. Our simulations are going to grow to where we have smart city simulations where cities can now see their data right in a 3D environment, and they can start growing their ecosystem and looking at their infrastructure, which infrastructure is big money now coming from the federal government. So now they can capture those dollars by bringing in professionals anywhere in the world and being able to see their infrastructure and see how they can develop their infrastructure. And even Dallas as one of the new tech hubs, everybody's coming. They would like to see where can they land in Dallas, but they can't just come fly and just do drone videos. They want to be able to see, touch, feel, and move around that city. So now they're able to do that through our platform, and cities can show that. And then the biggest part that we started the platform with, which is being able to provide a new ecosystem for the underserved student community where they can actually grow their skills. They can actually touch professionals anywhere. And it's not just a video streaming like Zoom.
Very cool. I'm not going to support you in the effort to bring more people to DFW because we have a lot of people, but I'll support you in everything else that you're doing.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, I'm not from DFW, so I'm from San Antonio, Texas, which I love.
Oh, okay.
So, hey, we bring the ecosystem, bring everybody to Red House from Texas and United States and worldwide. That's what you can do for us.
I like it. Will Hurd, are you in Will Hurd's previous district? Are you familiar with Will Hurd? He is a congressman from your district. He was my favorite congressman.
No, I'm not.
He's very into technology.
It sounds like you need to make a connection.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, definitely.
I think y'all would be good friends. Have a lot to talk about.
I'm curious, a question for you, Dr. Scallion, because it sounds like I love seeing the breakdown of the phases. I think it's important as founders, especially if we've got a lot of new founders that tune in too. And I'm sure over the last year, the model that you guys have created has probably exploded just because of the world has changed and evolved too. That $5 million raise, is that needed for you to go from phase 1 to phase 2? What exactly will that be used? I'm assuming most of that is technology, but is it marketing? Can you break that down for us?
Yeah, so we're looking for the $5 million to raise, to do marketing, to grow our ecosystem and partnerships, to be able to capture a number of different type of connections, and actually to grow our product, right? You'll read some of the things that I put on LinkedIn. I love coming out with great products. And then we want to be able to touch our education community because they can't afford some of these technologies today. It's just that they can't really afford, our education community is suffering so much throughout the pandemic that we would love to be able to grow a product that we can touch those underserved schools. Right now, we're in South Oak Cliff High School where they're actually already using it in their P-Tech program. And I look at doing that for other schools throughout Texas and the United States. So, I mean, that's where we're looking for the capital to help us to be able to grow the company in ways nationwide. We're actually in Brazil right now. talking to a number of different schools in Brazil, South America, Mexico. So we're really trying to build our partnerships and our ecosystems to really touch the student community also, along with the enterprise community. So that's what the money definitely will be used for.
That's amazing. So what do you think, because as Jasmine said, we have, as our viewership here at Women Cups Dallas, we have entrepreneurs at kind of every phase of the entrepreneurial life cycle and every kind of experience point. So I think it's always helpful for especially new entrepreneurs, but also just those kind of in the mud themselves. What has been your biggest obstacle that you faced so far, and how have you overcome or addressed that?
Well, of course, for a Black entrepreneur, African-American entrepreneur, the biggest obstacle is always capital. But we've learned how to navigate by bringing in great developers that are young, that are passionate about what they're doing, and we are able to groom them ourselves in houses. I'm a full stack developer myself. So, we work as a family, as we call it. We call each other brother, and we love that, how we have, and we work together, and we grow them and groom them. So that value add with our employees has been something big for us that's helped us throughout the long way without having so much capital. Also, just being a part of the Microsoft ecosystem has really helped us, because I went to first. Microsoft came to us and said, "Hey, we would like an African-American startup as a part of our community." And it was back in 2016 when I first developed my first VR application, and it's sold. And that brought them to me and they started talking about education. And at that time, no one wanted VR. It was just too expensive. The devices were too expensive. So, throughout the life cycle of Red House, we've really learned how to grow our employees. We've learned how to navigate throughout the system of what we need and what's priority, and then be able to stay to our morals and ethics of what we're doing this for. So that's been some of the biggest hurdles. I always tell everybody when I talk to them that this is not, I used to be a sprinter, and my sons are sprinters, and it's great to get to that finish line fast because you get that instantaneous reward of winning, right? But being an entrepreneur, as I've learned, is not a sprint. It is a true marathon. And you have to know how to navigate yourself through that marathon, just as you navigate yourself through that race. So I've learned that acronyms are crazy. It's just like getting another degree. I think I have 2 PhDs, not one, because that's what founders have to learn. You have to immerse yourself and be passionate about what you're doing. And that's the first hurdle.
I love that. I love a lot of what you just said. So thanks for sharing that. Jasmine, do you have any last questions?
Yeah, my final question is competitors. Who would be your competition besides yourselves, of course? But do you have, or maybe not? Let us know, for those who aren't familiar with this landscape, who's kind of in that space, or are you trying to carve out a brand new niche? Can you share that a little bit with us?
And I would say that Red House is trying to carve out a brand new niche for itself. Competitors are always going to be competitors, so I'm not going to name and put them out there. They're going to be there. So all of us will take a technology, brand it, change it, massage it. A wheel is not a wheel until you make it a new wheel. So that's what Red House is trying to do. So we don't look at as anybody being a direct competitor, because the ecosystem is new. The product is new. So the landscape is new. COVID, how it's just navigating itself. Everybody thought COVID-19 was it, and now there's a new strand. So it's evolving. So we evolve with that, the pandemic of virtual education and virtual training. So I can't say that the competitor is us, the people, and how we navigate. That's our biggest competitor. So how will Red House navigate against the United States, the world, and how we live? And I think that's our biggest thing in my mind is how do I change and evolve this company and pivot this company to grow against just the landscape of how we live every day, because that's what we're here to do the most is affect and save lives. And I always say that, and I'll stay to that, and educate and train and grow. And those are our major goals and milestones that we have at Red House. So that is the biggest competitor, is how we navigate through how we live every day.
I mean, I know, Dr. Scallion, that you're definitely an athlete, because that's definitely an athlete's response too, because I think the competition is always where you were yesterday, right? It's the thing.
Me today, tomorrow, and yesterday. That is the competitor, right?
I assumed you were going to answer like that, but I said I'm going to wait and let them, because I can feel it through the screen. So I'm excited that you're based here. I had no idea you all were here, so I will definitely be diving into Red House. I can't wait to connect with your team. It sounds like you've got a great team too, but I think it's just very inspiring too, because a lot of times with people, when their perception of what's happening here in Texas, that we definitely have some innovation happening here. It's the challenges, and we've got challenges, but we've got so much opportunity too. So I'm excited that you connected with 1 Million Cups Dallas, and hopefully our community can help move you forward too.
Sure, I'm excited to be a part of 1 Million Cups, and I hope that we can grow an ecosystem of Dallas technology and African American technology here as we grow this big mega, Silicon Valley of Dallas. This is all I love to say it, and how we love to call it. We will also be at Dallas Startup at the Kauffman Center presenting, and you could actually come out and put on the lens and get into our space virtually and interact with some of the demos that the medical demo we have in there, the Mars demo we have in there, some of those simulations that we already have. We're building robotics. We're building all of these different proof of concepts, and some interactive, some that are already live, like the skateboard park right now that we just sent out to Tokyo. They're actually interacting so they can be safe and be able to chart their courses and talk to their coaches abroad. So that's what we love, man. We love when people come to us and just say, hey, can you change it like this? And we can change it on the drop of a dime. So that's what I love about my team.
So you said you'll be at Dallas Startup Week?
Yes, we'll be at Dallas Startup Week.
Okay. So what he said is we will hear him, or we will see him in person next time we meet for 1 Million Cups, because we're also going to be there. So I'm excited to meet you in person.
I can try out this. I want to do the simulation. I can't wait.
See me in person and see me virtually, because when you put on the goggles, you'll be able to create your own avatar.
What? Oh. That's the best part.
Yeah, create your own avatar of your own face. Come in and talk. Our mouths move, our eyes move.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yes.
It's a great experience. I'm gonna tell you, when we first designed it, we still laugh at it because our avatars look so familiar with our own faces. So, we're launching July the 23rd, this Friday. We're launching the product, doing a soft launch at the Dallas Network Bar. Actually giving out free logins so people can actually build their avatars and experience it. So we're excited about that as we get this product off the ground.
Wow. Jessica, wonder if you could have a Starbucks coffee. Your avatar could have a Starbucks coffee.
Yeah, can we incorporate this giant Starbucks cup into my avatar?
You can bring in the cup and talk while you're drinking Starbucks coffee. You can even do 1 million cups virtually right through our system.
So you're telling me I never have to get ready again? We can do this virtually?
You can. So what we love about the avatars, you can even put your own makeup on the avatar. So it's great.
What?
Just one time. I have to put makeup on one time virtually, and then I never have to do it again. Oh. My life just became so much easier.
You should have started off with that. You should have led with that. I'm excited.
The Dallas Chamber of Commerce has decided to use it for their new the way they're doing their incubator. So they wanted something new and inventive. So they're actually going to do it for their first pilot of 30 entrepreneurs. So they won't have to, try to navigate themselves to getting to a location. They can just log in and They create their avatar, and right there, they're in that space, and they can put
Oh,
on Oculus. So our platform works agnostically with every device,
mm,
from your desktop to your laptop, and we're even building it for your Xbox. We've been working strong with Microsoft on how we can touch students and instruction anywhere. So using any device. Um, so that's what we've been working hard to do. A full agnostic platform, XR platform that works with everything. So there's no limits to you being able to go to school, and no limits to um, school districts, universities, even hospitals. I was a special needs kid, so I love the fact that students that are in hospitals can now come into a classroom, whether
wow.
they're in the hospital or not, whether you're suffering with cancer or anything. You don't have to feel left out.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
amazing.
one of the lovely things that I love about what we've done and what we've created is no one is left out, right?
Mhm.
No one at all. So I mean, they can actually come in and interact with friends that they haven't been able to touch or talk to, and they don't look at any indifferent,
Mhm.
right? They're not looked at as, oh well, your hair's cut or anything like that. They're looked at. They can make up their own avatars how they like to and come in and be accepted.
That's so exciting. I'm just thrilled that that we get to connect with you at Dallas Startup Week. Excited for what you represent for technology here in the state too. So Dr. Scallion, we will definitely be sharing this out on all of our social channels. Excited to see you in a couple of weeks. Congrats on the upcoming launch this Friday too.
Yes.
And let us know. We're here as a community. If you ever need to come back, we always love to invite founders to come back as you get new developments. Feel free to always come back to 1 Million Cups. We're here for you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity and inviting me. And I hope everybody hear about REDHOUSE and our new platform called Schools.
Thanks so much.
Awesome.
Have a great
Thank you.
Bye. Ah, how exciting.
That was
Jessica.
Great. I know.
I can't wait for these avatars.
I am.
I'm going to have to go pick an outfit out for
I
it.
know. Do you want to know what's funny? That's the first thing I thought of. I was like, but what are my clothing options?
And we didn't need to tell Dr. Scallion that part because he didn't want to hear about
I know. He's like, I'm trying to put people
change
on
the
Mars
world
over here, and you guys are concerned about what you're gonna wear. The MySpace avatars like 2001.
Oh yeah, I feel like
I'm
these
still
are
in the
very
same
cool.
place.
These avatars are gonna be look way better. So I'm excited. So that's a great I think segue into Dallas Startup Week, which will be here in 2 weeks, right?
Yes, Dallas Startup Week is going to be here in 2 weeks, and we are going to be a part of Dallas Startup Week. We're super excited.
Oh wait, sorry. Dr. Scallion got a little shout out from Brad. I think super interesting stuff too. I'm actually excited, and I'm not even into VR AR, but like I'm very excited to learn more about REDHOUSE. Like I think that was.
I'm excited to experience it.
So excited.
At Startup Week, I'm going to go to Mars.
No, I'm going to tell everybody. It's going to be fun. But Dallas Startup Week is August 1st through
the 5th.
Yeah.
And we are going to be over at SMU. So we are back in person, which I think everyone is super excited about. If you haven't registered yet, you can go to DallasStartupWeek.com and register through Brushfire. Make sure that you register for the 1 Million Cups event because we do have limits on in-person capacity. So you want to reserve your spot as soon as possible.
Yes.
And then there's hundreds of other events taking place both in person and virtually throughout the course of the week. So while you're over there signing up for 1 Million Cups, definitely check out the other events that are going to be happening. I am biased, but I will say the legal track has some really awesome events that we're going to be putting on. So
I'm just trying, what's your connection to the legal track?
I don't, I'm just passionate about legal education. Yeah, just kidding. I'm excited though. We have a ton of great speakers and as always, we try and hit on some topics. If you're interested in kind of tech development and where policy related to technology is going, we have a legislative update where we talk about technology and innovation policy that's going to be happening right after 1 Million Cups. So kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yay.
Come to 1 Million Cups, get some coffee and food, and then stick around for the legislative update afterwards. And it's going to be a great time.
We should share too. Dallas Startup Week is free. The whole thing. The whole thing.
FREE. It's
free. It's free for the community. And even if you're not a startup, because I have had people ask me about this, even if you're not a startup, an entrepreneur, or haven't started a business, this is our chance as a community to come together to support startups, but to also learn more about it. It's a ton of education, a lot of networking too. So I just wanted to share that too, that you don't have to be a startup to attend Dallas Startup Week.
You don't have to be a startup, and you don't need to be, a technology company, any sort of small business. I think sometimes we get wrapped up in this verbiage of what's a startup and what's not a startup. If I'm not a tech company, am I a startup? Really, if you are a business owner in Dallas, this is a great opportunity for you. All of the various tracks have stuff for veteran-owned businesses, for minority-owned businesses, for real estate businesses, for creative-led businesses, all sorts of stuff. So don't feel like this is only for tech companies. It's literally for anyone that owns a business or participates in a business in Dallas.
Exactly. So we're excited about it. We'll be sharing a little bit more details about 1 Million Cups that week. But if you have questions, want to get plugged in, if you're brand new to the city and just don't know what Dallas Startup Week is, feel free to reach out to us. We'll be trying to share a lot more information on our social channels leading up to it. So we hope to see you all there. Hope to support Dr. Tony and his team and everyone. So I think that's going to be incredible to see that. But as Jessica said, there's so many different tracks. I think there's even a professional development track, right?
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I think that's really interesting to have this year.
So stuff for everyone. Definitely check it out if you haven't. But things are filling up, so check it out sooner rather than later. It's free. Literally no downside for you to go and sign up. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to being reunited with you in person.
I know.
And the rest of the 1 Million Cups community.
I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, with that, thank you all for being here with us this morning. It's always lovely to hang out with you and to get caffeinated for the day. And we will see you all next time in person at Dallas Startup Week.